It's Monday, the 3rd of August 2020, and there's not many stations on, trust me. Listen to the noise. That's all. Oh, we've got second VFO. 29, I've got 25 full seconds left. We'll give it a go. Maybe watching a film tonight. Seconds to go. With the amplifier to warm up. Nobody up here where I am at the moment. Let's go for it then. Is the frequency occupied? Is this frequency occupied? Nothing heard. CQ20. CQ20 meters. CQ20. CQ20 meters. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey calling.
LC 7 Charlie Whiskey. EA5/LA2 Papa Charlie.
Yeah, Echo Alpha 5/ Lima Alpha 2. Is that Lima Alpha 2 Charlie, over?
Right, Papa Charlie, Pepsi Cola, go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, Pepsi Cola. Good evening, 5 and 9 plus 10. Thanks for giving me a call. I can't see too many stations on at the moment. I don't think conditions are that good. But we will see. It may be even better without too many stations. My name is Vic, Victor India Charlie. I'm located at southeast Bulgaria in the Yambol province. Echo Alpha 5/Lima Alpha 2 Papa Charlie. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey from Panica, and a very good evening to you. You're also 10 over 9, lovely copy, and I'm beaming due north. I'm beaming north at the moment, and but you're up to 10 over 9 there. My name is Ola, Ocean, London, America, Ola, and I see we have worked before. Oh, let's see here, and it's on 17. The 4th of July, goodness, the 4th of July, isn't that on Constitution Day, in 2019 on 17 meters. So very good to meet up again, Victor, and 10 over 9. Name Ola, Ocean, London, America, Ola, and the QTH is 15 kilometers out of Alicante, and I'm operating remote as I'm sitting here in Norway at my home QTH in Norway, operating through my summer QTH, my summer cabin down in Alicante. 10 over 9. Now C7 Charlie Whiskey, EA5/LA2 Papa Charlie, over.
Echo Alpha 5/Lima Alpha 2 Papa Charlie. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Good evening, Ola. Do you know I've got a van at the back of my house, Ola? A van, English van. I came here in Bulgaria 3 years ago. And my registration is Ola. Oscar Lima Alpha. Yeah, great name, really. Well, nice to hear you working remote. Sounds good. You did touch the 20. 5 and 9 plus 15 and then the 20. Wow. Long time ago, the 4th of July, 2019. I probably didn't even know it was the Constitution Day. I just knew it was the 4th of July. I have nothing for 17 meters at the moment. Oh, I still have the Moxon. I may have worked you on the Moxon, but it's not on my mast. And I may have had this radio. Maybe. This radio is an ICOM 7800. And I may not even had the ACOM amp I've got now. Maybe August I may have purchased last year from Kazanlak, northern Bulgaria. But yeah, 1 kilowatt I'm pushing out at the moment, and my antenna is just 3 elements on 20 pointing towards Europe. It's been a little cooler today. Been 30 centigrade. It has been pretty high, but 30 is just about right, I think. Echo Alpha 5/Lima Alpha 2 Papa Charlie remote. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
CW, EA5/LA2 Papa Charlie returning. A very, very fine indeed, Victor, and the fine of the ICOM 7800 and the ACOM. You didn't say what sort of an ACOM you're running. I'm running also ICOM. As my remote rig, I'm using the ICOM 7100. Driving also a Bulgarian amp, the ACOM 2000A, about 1 kW at the moment. Into 4-element beam up about 16 meters. And it's been a lovely afternoon here, quite warm actually. It's about 22 at the moment, 22 degrees. It had a little bit rain a little bit earlier, and this morning it was about 17. I'm sitting here about 100 kilometers out of Oslo, so it's about 3,200 kilometers between me and my transmitter. And we come back to Norway for the summer holiday on the 1st of July, so going back to Spain around in mid-September. And find on your registration on your British car, Ola. Very, very fine indeed. Ola is a very typical Norwegian name, and you have quite a few variations. You have O-L-A, F Indian, Ola for, you have O-L-E for England, Ole, and you have O-L-A-B, Olaf. So you have quite a few variations of Ola, Victor. But 20 over 9, I did turn the antenna a little bit more towards the east now, so I think I'm beaming about 70 degrees east of north at the present time. LC7CW, EA5/LA2 Pepsi Cola, over.
EA5/LA2 Pepsi Cola. Yeah, it's a British van. A British van. It's not a car. It's off-road. Now, it will never be driven again on the road. It has very low mileage. I packed all my stuff into it and drove to Bulgaria. I've been to Bulgaria about 3 or 4 times in the van. I used to sleep in the van. Yeah, 1992. The van is very old, but the body is superb. Absolutely superb. Yep, I'm using the ACOM 1000. It's just enough for me. I got it. I didn't realise the factory in Sofia sold to customers. I thought so. I sent them an email, and I said, "Do you sell direct from the factory?" And he says, "Yes." He says, "Drive over here. Yeah, 300 kilometers away." And bring this amount of money, cash. But fortunately for me, there was a rally halfway a few weeks later, and ACOM were attending the rally and brought my amp along, well boxed. Wow, fabulous box. You could drop it, the box, from about 2 feet off the ground, and you would not damage the amplifier. It's a very well designed box for no damage. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. Easy to set up and forget it. If you're on 20, if I move a bit further up the band, I do not have to readjust. I could, but you don't. And it's very tolerant on high SWR. You know, it's 5:1. Fabulous. Yeah. So my antenna, it is going to be a mono bander for 4 elements, but I only have, it isn't quite finished, and it's just got the 3 elements on at the moment, the 2 directors and 1 dipole. I have the reflector to put on sometime when I notice the weather's going to be a little cooler outside. But it's working absolutely fabulous. Just the 2 directors and the 1 element, 1 dipole. It is gamma matched, and it's only at 12 meters, 12.6 meters. Ola. Echo Alpha 5 / Lima Alpha 2 Papa Charlie, Lima Zulu 7, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Over.
Okay, Roger. Fine indeed. And Victor, okay, about the ICOM 1000. Well, I had my ICOM 2000. Goodness me, I've had it now for 12 years, and there's been nothing wrong with it, nothing wrong whatsoever. So I'm very, very pleased with the amp, and it's brought me quite a few countries in the log over the last 12 years, and it's very easy on our operate. It's easy to operate remote as well. So the only thing I have here in the shack now is the front panel of an ICOM 7100, a small box then from something called the Remote Rig, which is a Swedish company. And I have 3 things on a big screen in front of me here, and so I can read how much power output. I can see the temperature of the tubes. I can choose quite a few variations to read here on the and I also see the direction of the beam. So it's very easy to operate remote, and I didn't have any chances to put up a tower here in Norway, so I don't mind. The only thing is, of course, that it's a long call sign, but I don't mind at all. I'm finished chasing DX, and we have done them all, so under my home Norwegian call sign, so I don't want to start all over again. I've done it, and well, I do enjoy the amateur radio and write to you from time to time. And so I say it's a lovely afternoon, evening here. The sun is shining, and I don't miss the hot temperature. As you said, was it 35? You said about 35 degrees there, and I think in Alicante now it's in the lower 30s as well. So that's a little bit too hot, and looking forward, of course, to go back in September. But at the moment, I do enjoy. We had 17, 18 this morning, and up to 21, it's fine for me. So there we are. Okay, let you work some more there, Victor, with that outstanding signal. Thank you so much for the second QSO. You stay safe and take care of Ola. As you say, with the low mileage, and it's a British van. And so it hasn't done that many miles on the clock. Take it easy and stay safe. And C7CW, EA5/LA2 Papa Charlie. Good evening.
EA5/LA2 Papa Charlie, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Okay, Ola. Yeah, very nice to work you this evening again. 17 meters. Oh, I should imagine if I was on 17. It'd be looking and looking. Is it open? Is it open? Is it open? Well, what I used to do, I've done it for a couple of years now, since I've been here actually. You can access the 17 meter SDR at Hack Green to see if you can hear yourself. I'm sure you know that. And then you know there is propagation to this part of, or your part of the local area. So you stay safe as well, And be careful when you get to Spain. They've got they're very tight on restrictions. If you you want to check the website, well, I'm sure you know, but they are still very. There's heavy fines for not wearing or carrying a mask, I think, and other restrictions. I've been told. Not like here. It seems like it's all forgotten. They think it's all over, but it's not. But in Spain, they're still very tight. They want to keep themselves safe, and that's a good thing. All the best. Enjoy yourself if I don't work you again before September. It's not far away now, is it? And stay cool. EA5/LA2PC. LZ7CW. Good night.
Okay, fine. Take it easy, Victor. Talk to you later. Bye now.
Bye-bye, thank you. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. CQ 120, CQ 120 meters, CQ 20, CQ 20 meters, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey calling. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Mike Whiskey Zero, Mike Lima Papa.
Yeah, the Papa, the Mike Whiskey Zero, I think ending in Papa. Mike Whiskey Zero ending in Papa. Please go again.
Mike Whiskey Zero, Mike Lima Papa. Good evening. The name this time is Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. And you are a very strong 559 into the West Wales coast. Over.
Yeah, Roger, Mark. Yeah, you just picked the 5 and 7 with QSB. Good evening. Thanks for giving me a call. I don't know whether we've worked before, Mark, but I'll remind you anyway. My name is Victor India Charlie. I'm located southeast of Bulgaria in the Yambil province. Thanks for my report. Mike Whiskey Zero, Mike Lima Papa, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
From Mike Whiskey Zero, Mike Lima Papa. Oh, notice there, Vic. You know, this is the first time we've had a QSO. Over on the West Wales coast,
Yeah, you dropped into QSB there, Mark. You dropped into QSB and I just got the over. Would you like to give me your location again, over?
Yeah, no problem at all there, Vic. I say my location is in Pembrokeshire, which is on the West Wales coast, over.
Yeah, Pembrokeshire. Got that. Mark, you just came up to 7. Nice to hear you from Pembrokeshire. Yeah, I'm running here an ICOM 7800 with a hand microphone and 1 kilowatt from an ACOM amp Mark. My antenna at the moment is 3 elements on 20 at 41 feet. WX was 30 today. I wonder what yours was, Mark. I think you're back to summer again. I'm led to believe. Mike Whiskey Zero, Mike Lima Papa, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Lima Zulu 7, Charlie Whiskey. From Mike Whiskey Zero, Mike Lima Papa. Right, we'll deal with the WX first there, Vic. Yes, you're correct there. It was a good 24, 25 degrees outside there today. I was fortunate to be working outside on the coastline, erecting some aerials for the local port authority. The working conditions this site, it's a Yaesu FD5000 running 150 watts into a pro antenna, dual beam antenna at about 20 feet. I only put it up the weekend, so far I'm very pleased with it there, Vic. Back to you.
Yeah, and you're on the 9 now, Mark. You're on the 9. Just a little bit of QSB. It's yeah. Oh, you've got a good quality radio there. I nearly purchased the 5000 from an emporium in Italy. They give you 5 years warranty. I don't know whether that's standard or not. And it only sells Yaesu equipment. But last year they was having a new supply in, and I says I want one of yours. It says, well, it's brand new, up to date serial numbers when they arrive. So I says, well, give me an email, send me an email when they come in, because it was called the summer sale. And there was only about €3,000 or something like that, or equivalent to £3,000 brand new. I thought that was a snip for a 200 watt radio, Mark. I did. But they says, oh, send us all your details. I went, excuse me? I don't send any details until you get them in, you know. They never replied to me. They never sent me an email when they arrived, and I saw this 7800, that's what I'm on, and it's a Mark III. I saw it in southern Spain. There's an emporium in southern Spain, and I saw it, and the price was, yeah, it was a bit more than the 5000, but it was a 7800, and I grabbed it. I love the display. But it's still a good radio, the 5000. I wonder how long you've had it, Mark. Any problems with that, whatever they mention on the internet? Mike Whiskey Zero, Mike Lima Papa, Lima Zulu 7, Charlie Whiskey.
Lima 7, Lima Zulu 7, Charlie Whiskey from Mike Whiskey Zero, Mike Lima Papa. I call it a paperweight because I have hardly used it. Nearly 3 years now. I purchased it from the Emporium, very close to Heathrow Airport, as they say. And yet the current price, or the price I paid for it, is just over the £3,000 there. But I've been very pleased with it. I've only been working into an end-fed long wire or a tracked inverted L. So this weekend I purchased this dual beam from Pro Antennas down in Southampton. So far so good. Had some real good contacts there yesterday. So I thought, before I have something to eat tonight now, I'll come out and have a little play with it there. Back to you there, Vic, from MW0MLP.
Yeah, Lima Zulu 7, Charlie Whiskey, yeah. I've seen them advertise, the Pro, the dual band Pro, but it's not something I would want, but I like to keep up on what's coming out, you know. This antenna I've got at the moment, well, it's a big antenna. It will be eventually, Mark. It will be 31 feet long. It is a dual bander, a one bander, sorry, mono bander. Yep. But first of all, it will only still be at 41 feet. But first of all, I put the middle section on, which contains two elements, the dipole and the first director. Then I had a bit of a rest because I had to build the antenna, and I had to refabricate it, some of the parts, some of the parts were drilled wrong. It wasn't from Bulgaria, it was from Germany, but not from yeah, it was from an antenna specialist in Germany, but not the top ranking guy in Germany. But yeah, we got it all together. I had to take a bit of a break for a few days after being out in the heat. It was too hot to be outside, you know, working, doing anything, drilling and setting up. It's a round boom as well. It's a 60mm boom, and of course you've got the plates aren't already attached. You have to put the plates on yourself with the U-bolts, and you have to make sure they're all level with a spirit level. So you have to construct the antenna just to level the plates out. You know, it's a lot of hard work, but it's all done. But I managed to get, was it Sunday or Saturday, I managed to get the second director in front of the first director, and it's about 3.5 meters away. If you're on QRZ, you'll probably see the latest picture, and it does make a hell of a difference. Wow, you know, I looked at my QRZ page last night because it was the first time I'd had 2 directors and 1 dipole on, and I could see people down in Chile and Argentina who had spotted me, been on my QRZ page. So people are hearing me further than I've ever, you know. Maybe a good signal, 5 and 9 into Canada plus, you know. So it made a difference, but I've still got the 1 element to put on the reflector. But I think I'm going to need a truss. They said you didn't need a truss, but I can see a bit of a droop in it, and I want to get it straight, Mark. Hopefully you're still copying me. MW0 MLP LZ7CW.
I'm looking at your QRZ page at the same time. That's a heck of a beast you've got up there in the sky. No wonder you're getting good signal reports from it. Back to you.
Yeah. It's got the 2 elements, the 3 elements. The front 2 are the directors. I've built in the past. I have built a driver director type antenna, which is only 2 elements, one director and 1 driven element. This is the first time I've ever worked with 2 directors. I've never seen anybody anywhere on the internet who has built an antenna with 2 directors and 1 dipole, you know. But there's really no one at the back of me, you know. So I'm not really pushed for having a reflector. But then again, the reflector might also push out, stop anything leaking out the back and push it forward. It might even be much better. We'll see, but I've got to configure a truss, and I want wire. I don't want Dacron, you know, Dacron rope. I want proper stainless steel wire for the truss, and then I can have it nice and straight. It's not that heavy, it's a big thing, and it's in 3 sections like I mentioned, and it's only going to be at 41 feet. It still puts out a good signal. So that's it. I'm not going for anything stupid about, you know, another tower. It's a tenor mast. You can see it's a tenor mast with a 15-foot scaffold pole in the top, Mark. But you're touching the 9 on that last over. 150 watts. How long have you had that 5,000? Are you really happy with it? Well, if it's just over that price you mentioned, I think you got a good deal there. Mike Whiskey Zero, Mike Lima Papa, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey from Mike Whiskey Zero, Mike Lima Papa. Yeah, it'll be 3 years next month. To tell the truth, it was either the FT5000 Oh, it was the Kenwood 990. And I've always been a Yesu man, so I left towards the Yesu. So I hope that goes on further in the future. I was just looking at your signal. You're way 20 over with me now. Your signal's come right up. Back to you.
Yeah, well, I can't say the same for you actually. You were down to 5 and 2, and then just when you passed it back, you came up to the 7. But I don't miss a word. I don't have any Kiowa Mexico here. Do you know, I'm looking at the spectrum scope on my radio, and I see 2, 3, 4, 5. I only see 6 tracers. There's only 6 stations on. It's unbelievable, and yet I'm still getting to the UK. You're in Pembrokeshire. What's the nearest city? Mark, over.
Yeah, I'm the 0 MLP. Yeah, this is a bit of a laugh now. The nearest city is 72 miles away. Back to you.
Oh, Roger. All right, I've got you then, Swansea. Okay. I've only been to Swansea once. Yeah, I think it was Swansea. Oh, it could have been Cardiff. I got confused. I went to the patent office. I put a patent in. I drove all the way from the city, the Robin Hood city of Nottingham, and I put a patent forward, but I didn't keep the payments up. And I think it's gone now. I think it's gone. It wasn't that interesting, but anyway, I want to give a few more reports out. It's lovely to get you in the log this evening. Mark, you take care and stay safe. I'm sure we'll work again very, very soon. Mike Whiskey Zero, Mike Lima Papa, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
The Charlie Whiskey. From Mike Whiskey Zero, Mike Lima Papa. And I will look forward to the next time. You stay safe out there and keep your head down. So I'll say Mike Whiskey Zero, Mike Lima Papa, going clear with Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. 730 back, and you stay safe.
Yep, you too, Mark. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hotel Delta.
Yep, Golf 3 Papa Hotel Delta. I wonder if we've worked before, old man. Good evening.
Yes, good evening to you, Rick. No, I'm just nosy. I want to know whether you put that element on that I gather you have not yet done so. But you're peeking around. We're about a 9. I don't think the band is in good condition, though. I hear a lot of rapid QSB on a lot of people. You seem to be not too bad. The band is not good, though. There is we're in a coronal wind stream, so if you're getting a bit of noise on your scope, that's the reason. We're in a coronal stream from the sun. Also, there's about 3 sunspots, I believe, on the sun. All of this is causing a bit of noise, and a little bit of a magnetic storm is possibly here. There is a minor magnetic storm due anyway, if it's not already arrived. So there you go. So that's the cause for any problems. I won't hold it. I know you. I know you'd like to get a few QSOs in. I listened last night for a while. And then fell asleep listening to you. Yeah, that's about it, really. Oh, when you put the reflector on, I think you will find that the match will change considerably. And I also believe it'll make a lot of difference to your gain. I think it'll bring your signal up quite a bit. That's my opinion, okay? So, good luck on that. I turned the audio down, by the way. I turned the mic gain down. I thought maybe it was a bit too much. So I turned it down by about 20%. I won't hold it. Pat Dewell said 7 Charlie Whiskey, G3 PhD.
G3 PhD, LZ 7 CW. Yeah, well, you're up to the 9, and then you're down to the 5, and you're up to the 9, and down to the 5. It just keeps going like that. But the audio, the strength of the audio doesn't change, Ian. Yeah, nice to hear you again. I thought you might have called me last night. I think there was more noise last night than tonight. It was, and you know, I'm looking at the scope, and I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stations all spread out, and they are thin. They're not good bold or anything. You know, they look like they're just making the trip. It's nearly going to go clear. I can't believe I'm working you and worked Mark there in Pembrokeshire. Yeah, on tonight. But last night it was noisy. It was, and it looked like it was rain coming, snow coming down. You know, normally you can tell looking at the scope if it's nice and blue, you know, with no whites in it whatsoever, and then it's good. But it wasn't like that last night. But yeah, but I did do pretty well. I did. I did. Yeah, it was the first day yesterday, last night, that I put the second director in, and trust me, if you could see the QRZ pace, the picture, it's way in front. It must be at least 3.5 meters in front of the first director, the one nearest to the dipole. It really is a massive space. I think the reflector's about a meter behind. Yeah, a meter behind the dipole. Maybe in a few days' time. But I want to get some stainless steel wire and some stuff. I want to put a truss on it. It's just drooping a little bit. I've got a makeshift truss on the front part, but it's Dacron. You know, I think it's Dacron rope. But on the scaffold pole, it needs to be a bit higher. It's only 3 feet from the boom. I've done a lot of work on this antenna. You know, I've done a lot of fabricating. Was it Sunday morning? Yeah, Sunday morning I was up at 6:30, Ian, so that I wasn't going to be, you know, outside with the heat. I got up early because I had to re-drill the boom to mast plate. I'd have to refabricate it because the plate only accepts a 60mm pole, right? Who has a 60mm pole? I've got 50mm. I thought most people had 50mm in, so I've had to put another plate. I had same size plate, but in the vertical position, which accepts 50mm. But I had to drill it and put 4 bolts in, and you won't believe it. I had a 9mm drill. I drilled the holes. I set it all up square on a makeshift vertical. Set it all up square and drilled these 4 holes. Then I went into town to look for 9mm bolts. Ian, they don't exist. A 9mm bolt, an M9, does not exist on this planet. I wonder why. I don't know. You can buy the drill, 9mm, but you can't buy the 9mm bolt. There's no way you can. So I've already got a 10mm. So Sunday morning I drilled it 10mm, and I purchased 10mm bolts because I wanted to be, you know, pretty sturdy, and I didn't want any gaps because I was using 8mm in a 9mm hole. Now I've got 10mm in a 10mm hole, and there's no gaps, you know, so that's pretty good. Yeah, hopefully there might be just a little bit more gain with that. And then it'll be 31 feet. I'm sorry to have a long one there, but just get carried away, you know that. But I looked at, I had North America last night queuing up for me, so it made a difference. Just that one director. G3PHD LZ7CW.
Yeah, LZ7CW, G3PHD. Yeah, okay, thanks for the audio report. It makes no difference. I've turned it down quite a bit, so it must reduce the peaks, the RF peaks, I guess. But anyway, I probably won't move it anymore. I was just worried that I might be over driving on the microphone, that's all, and so I turned it down. Because people are always saying I've got a very powerful audio. No one's ever said I'm distorting, but people are always saying I've got a powerful audio. So I worry a bit about that. It's been 25 degrees C today that I got up to there. We did reach 36 back along. The hottest day we had here was 36. It was pretty uncomfortable. And I believe that this weekend it's due to get warmer again. So that's not so good, really. Nothing much else at this end, really. No, I don't think. I did listen to you last night. I did. I told you, in fact. We had a QSO. I was the second one in the queue. The second one in the queue last night. And we had a QSO. You gave me a pretty good report. I'm just looking at the log here, actually. I was getting you 59 plus, and I was speaking 59. That was last night. So I listened for a little while, and I heard the states coming in. I heard you working all the American stations. I tend to do better on 10 meters or 12 meters. The Magloop is not a fantastic antenna. It's nice and convenient, but I do better on 10 and 12. And in fact, my antenna, the gain of my wire on 10 meters is equivalent to a hex beam. It's exactly the same gain as a hex beam, according to my computer, has analyzed the antenna. So I'm quite happy that that's the best I can do, and that'll be on 10 and on 12 meters. And I've worked the states there whenever the band is suitable for that. I've had a couple of them into the States, usually on 12 though. So I won't hold it, I'll let you go. You might be having trouble with me. The band is very, very unstable. So I'll say 73. Thanks for the contact. I'm going to keep in touch. I want to find out how that antenna works out and see what difference it makes. It always fascinates me. Antennas have always fascinated me. That's my main interest in amateur radio is antennas. LZ7 Charlie Whiskey, G3PHD.
G3PHD, LZ7CW. Yeah, I just checked the log. He was my second contact, and you was 5 and 9 plus. You're not making it tonight, 5 and 9 plus, but you're touching the 9. But you was well over the 9 last night. And yet looking at the scope, you think it was in terrible condition, the 20, but it was doing something. It was making the signals much stronger last night. So, but it's not like it tonight. You take care. Yeah. I know you're waiting in anticipation to see how much difference it makes. Yeah, I've got to get some wire. I'm not going to use Dacron for the ends. I've got to do it properly, and I've got to re-drill the scaffold pole in a little bit higher, because 3 foot from the boom up the pole is not enough for a truss. Now it's got to be a lot further up. But it's working, and it's only at 41 feet. Yeah, and that's the finish height. It is 41 over 41. It's 0.61 of a wavelength in. I did measure that. when I had a previous antenna on. 7-3 for now. Regards to Joyce. Stay safe, Ian. G3 PhD LZ7CW. Good night.
Yep, okay. Good night to you, Vic. You're peaking 9+. You're 9+ now. And I've never heard of an M9. Oh, never heard of one. Neither to wife. G3 PhD clear. 73.
Yep, good night. Thank you.
Mike 7, please. This is 20.
Who's the Mike 0?
QSK break station, please.
Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Mike 7, Bravo Echo Lima. This is 30.
Mike 7 Bravo Echo Lima. I think that's the call. Good evening, old man. Report on the next over. Thanks for giving me a call. My name is Vic. Victor India Charlie. I'm located southeast Bulgaria in the Yambu province. Mike 7 Bravo Echo Lima. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey from Mike 7 Bravo Echo Lima. Yes, good evening, Vic. The name here is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Charlie. And I have been trying to make contact with you for almost a week now. I've tried many times, so I'm very pleased to finally get hold of you, Vic. Roger?
Yeah, Roger Mark. Roger. Yeah, on your next over, please give me a report and maybe your location, Mark. Yeah, I'm running here an ICOM 7800. Yes, and I'm glad you made the trip tonight. 1 kilowatt. My antenna's just 3 elements on 20 meters at 41 feet, Mark. I wonder what your radio is at your location. Mike 7 Bravo Echo Lima. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey from Mike 7 Bravo Echo Lima. Yes, sir, you're 5, 9 plus 20. Very solid signal, 9 plus 20 here, no problem at all. And to be honest, it has been like that solid every day, it seems, in your case, so fantastic. Running a Yosu Foxtrot Tango 840, quite an old unit, but working okay, I think, and only transmitting 10 watts, only 10 watts. I'm a foundation license holder. I've only been licensed for about 5 weeks. And of course we're only allowed to transmit 10 watts. I'm using an N-sub half-wave antenna, multi-band for 20 and 40 meters. And I'm located in Swindon in Wiltshire, between the cities of Oxford and Bristol. So back to you.
Yeah, just over the 8 now, Mark. Just over the 8. Yeah, I'm only running 10 watts. I hope so. Well, yeah, congratulations then if you've only been licensed for a few weeks. Nice to hear you. Nice to get you in the logbook. Yeah, what was that? 5. And it sounds good, the 840. Hopefully you're happy with it. Are you going to stay at an M7, or are you thinking you may move on in a short while, I wonder? Mark 7 Bravo Echo, and thanks for that report. Mike 7 Bravo Echo Lima, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Yes, I'm already booked in for the intermediate exam on the 28th of August. So I'm busy studying and reading all the books and making sure that I'm confident in passing the exam, and that will take me another step up. And then the full exam is obviously a lot more difficult, so take me quite a bit longer, I think. But hopefully next year sometime I'll be able to take the full exam. I am also quite interested in learning Morse code. I know we don't have to anymore, but it's just something I've always fascinated me, so I probably will also learn Morse code in the fullness of time, Vic. Back to you.
Yeah, Roger Mark. Yeah, it is a fascinating mode. I used to use it, but I don't. It seems it's much easier to talk, I think, and it seems to play on my head nowadays. You know, I've got a nice couple of keys here. They are ready for any emergencies. Any desperate people out there want to contact. You stay safe. Good luck with the exam when you take it. If I'm still around, you know, you can always give me a call and remind me of this contact and that you was studying for the next step. And good luck with that, Mark. Mike 7 Bravo Echo Lima, Lima Zulu 7. All the best. Bye-bye.
Roger, Charlie Whiskey from Mike 7 Bravo Echo Lima. Thanks for the message. For the game before, I know you get a team of people, but it was nice of you to pick me out, Dick. I very much appreciate it. Have a lovely evening, and I hope to speak to you again sometime. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, 7-3 Mark, thank you. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Who's the Echo Kilo Whiskey, please? Echo Kilo Whiskey.
Mike 7 Echo Golf Delta, Mexico 7.
Who's the ending in Kilo Whiskey? Someone.
Yeah, sorry mate, I got a YouTube. Sorry. Mike 7 Echo Golf Delta, Mike 7 Echo Golf Delta.
Yeah, Mike 7 Echo Golf Delta, I do believe. Is that correct, over?
Yes, that is correct. Yes, you got Gary Golf, Alpha, Romeo Yankee. And I'm one of your favourite places in England. I live on the edge of the Sherwood Forest. So. Back to you, Mike 7 Echo Golf Delta, in the 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Yeah, the Sherwood Forest. Is Robin Hood and Maid Marian still knocking around, I wonder? Yeah, Mike 7 Echo Golf Delta. You're only 5 and 2 at the moment, old man. But good evening, thanks for giving me a call. And the name is Victor India Charlie. I'm located southeast Bulgaria in the Yambol province. Mike 7 Echo Golf Delta, Sherwood Forest, Gary. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Yes, good evening to you, sir. Yeah, your signal's really good into the UK this evening. You're 5.9 plus 10 with me, plus 10 dB, so it's really strong this evening, Rick. I hope everything's alright with you down in Bulgaria and the sun is shining for you. We had a bit of a mixed day today, a few showers, but the evening is ending with sunshine, which is good to see. And going back to the living on the edge of the Sherwood Forest, yes, I was running through there earlier, but I didn't see any deer or any Robin Hood.
Yeah, so you're round Ollerton way, are you, Gary, over?
Yeah, just north of Ollerton, the other side of the forest, over.
Oh yeah, Retford, somewhere like that, over?
No, just a bit further to the other side, Warsaw, over.
Say again?
I'm in Warsaw, Whiskey Alpha, Romeo, Sierra, Oscar Papa.
Oh yeah. Worksop or Warsop, over?
The last one, over.
Yeah, I've got you. I used to work for that big truck company that drives the Wilkinson, delivers the Wilkinson goods, over.
Yes, my dad used to work for a contracting company that used to drive the lorries from Wilco's, over.
Yeah, Roger. I did enjoy it, but the thing was, you when you're driving back in the yard after a long day, which you thought was a long day, there was always somebody waiting, the manager waiting to give you another piece of paper to go and pick another trailer up, and then even go all the way back to Manchester, you know. Oh dear, you thought your day was finished, and then he waved this bit of paper at you to go out again. I mean Manchester, not just down to Nottingham. Stretford was a late delivery, you know, something like 7 o'clock, and that was it. All the way to Stretford at that time of night. But nice to hear you from that location. Yeah, so So your dad drove for them. Well, I'm glad I was out of it. They was... I could mention a lot of things about that firm, but the guys were good. The other drivers were fabulous, you know. It was just one or two people in the office that wasn't... But you stay safe. Nice to get you in the log this evening, Gary, and all the best for now. Mike 7 Echo Golf Delta Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Good night.
Thank you very much for the QSO, sir. You take care. All the best. 7 degrees.
Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, Kilo Whiskey Lima to Echo Zero. Kilo Whiskey Lima. I may have got that wrong way round from the last time. I'm sure I've heard you before. Report on the next over. Good evening. Thanks for giving me a call. Name is Vic. You've probably already heard that. And I'm located at southeast Bulgaria in the Yambil province. 2E0KWL LZ7CW.
Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey 2 Echo 0 Kilo Whiskey Lima returning. Yeah, it's Ray Romeo Alpha Yankee. I'm down on the southwest coast of Cornwall. I'm nearly down at Land's End. Nice to hear you again, Vic. You're 20 over 9. You're strong. You're strong into southwest Cornwall. And I hope everything's well with you. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey 2 Echo 0 WL. Go ahead, Vic.
Yeah, Roger Ray from southwest Cornwall, near Land's End. Scrumpy, is it? I think I've only been there twice. Yeah, he was 5 and 9 plus on that over, and then just as you passed it back, he dropped down to 5 and 5 with QSB, Ray. But the audio didn't change too much. I'm running here an ICOM at 7800, under 1 kilowatt from an ACOM amp. My antenna at the moment is just 3 elements on 20 meters, and it's at 41 feet. WX was only 30 today, but we have had it pretty high. And I've heard that the UK has been robbing. That's why it was only 30 today, because we sent some over to the UK. We felt sorry for them, Ray. Sorry for you. 2E0KWL LZ7CW.
W2 Echo 0 KWL. Yeah, it's been on the cooler side today. We don't see any temperatures here, not on the southwest coast. I doubt if it's even got into something above 20 degrees C today. It was quite nice yesterday. I would reckon it was about 24, 25 yesterday. But this is our rainy season now, coming into August, so we're expecting rain. I don't know, I haven't seen the forecast, but that's what usually happens in August in southwest Cornwall. It usually rains. What antenna are you building, Vic? I listened to your to one of your previous QSOs. I was actually listening to you through Hat Green, and it's interesting. I can't hear any of your other contacts from the UK from Hat Green, so there's certainly no into G, or there's certainly no close skip in the UK tonight. That's for sure. Over.
Yeah, Roger Ray. Yeah, well, it's going to be a 4 LE monobander, and it's in 3 sections. It is commercial. But it was hard work building it, trust me. I had it in 2 boxes. Yeah, 1 10 kilogram and 1 20 kilogram box, I think, or something like that. Delivered a few weeks ago. And it was hard work, you know. It's a round boom, 60 millimeter round boom. And it's 31 feet long. It comes in 3 sections. And, you know, I had to build it. To put the plates on, the 4 plates with U-bolts, so that I could put a spirit level on them and level them out. Much easier if it was a 60 mil square boom. It would be fantastic. but it's not. It's a round boom. Hard work. Some of the holes in the 2 plates wasn't drilled correctly. I had to have 2 plates sent out. Holes in the elements were drilled too wide. I won't advertise this antenna. I won't criticise its name, but I may still mention the problems with it. And then I realised it's got to have a 60mm also scaffold pole to erect it. It's only 26 kilogram. It's 4 elements. I have a good gain on it. But the middle section I put up first because I had to work out how I'm going to assemble it. You know, you can't put it together and then put it on unless you've got a helicopter. I don't have one yet. It's on order, Ray, but there's a bit of a delay. No, so I put the middle section on with one director and one driver, the dipole with the gamma match. There's no traps, of course, in this antenna, full size, and it worked quite well. But yesterday was the first day I put the second director on. As I said, it's 3 sections. Middle section's got two elements on, and then the other section at the front is another director, and it's at least 3.5 meters away from the first director. So if you look at QRZ, you'll see that big gap, but then there's another meter at the back which is going to be the reflector when I fancy doing it. But it's working quite well without the reflector, but I'm sure it will add a little bit to it. And all this is only at 41 feet. It will stay at 41 feet, Ray. 2E0KWL, LZ7CW.
7CW, 2E0KWL. Is this made of aluminium or is this made of steel over?
Yeah, it's all alley. Everything's alley. Even the plates are 5mm. They're good thickness, but unfortunately the holes didn't line up with the saddles. You know, the U-bolt saddles on 2 of the plates. And so I had to have the company send me some more plates out. And then when I realised that it should be all the U-bolts were all 60mm, I thought, wait a minute. That means then that the scaffold pole coming out of my tenor mass rotator cage, it's got to be 60mm, and it's only a 50mm hole for a scaffold pole. I thought, hey, so I emailed them, and they answered it with my question. Yeah, I don't know why. They answered it with my question. Is that correct? I said, yeah. And that was the last email they sent. So, but I've refabricated it. I've already got a plate from another antenna, and I've refabricated. I put some bolts in, and now I can use 50mm. 50mm. Still use my 50mm scaffold pole. Yeah, all antennas are usually aluminium. You won't get no steel. It's too much weight. 2E0KWL LZ7CW.
LZ7CW 2E0KWL. Yeah, I mean, like you'll get it sorted and it'll all be worth it. And we do these things to each other. We have to do these things, don't we? I've ordered my DX Commander. When did I order that? I think it's nearly 2 weeks ago now, but I looked on his website, and anything that's bought in July, he's not going to ship until August, so I don't know when I'll see it, but I'm sure it'll be worth the wait, over.
Yeah, Roger. Ray, what are you using at the moment, over?
I'm using a four-way Delta Loop for 40. and I'm running it through an SC902 tuner. What is it? It's about 25 foot off the ground at the highest point, and because it's 140 foot in a triangle, I can't quite get it in the garden. It's kind of like outstretched, so I've got a few groupie bits with some lead fishing weights on it just to try and keep it tight. And I've got that running through an LDG automatic antenna tuner up the end of the feed point. Lima 7 Charlie Whiskey 2 Echo 0 KWL.
Yeah, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Yeah, have you, how high is that? Have you thought of just making a monoband loop yourself? It'd be much smaller, and you probably wouldn't have it so high, and you'd find room for that. Have you thought about that? I mean, come on, it's only a bit of wire. Just try it while you're waiting for that DX Commander. You know, you could do it. You could do it in a few days, I'm sure. Ray, over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I could even do it in half a day. But there's no point, because I use this loop. It's been a fantastic antenna, and considering I just dug the wire out the skip, and I'm gonna run it side by side next to the DX Commander. And if the DX Commander doesn't if there's not a lot of difference between this and the DX Commander, I'll get rid of the DX Commander and I'll keep this, because it's such a good antenna, and I've worked South Africa with it. I worked Paraguay with it last night, down the other side of Brazil and stuff. But the good thing about it, it's virtually got no wind loading on it, and you can just put it up and you can forget about it. So when the wind and rain comes in the winter, you're not out there looking out the shack window seeing if your vertical antenna is still standing up. And this is what I'm going to go back to with this DX Commander. It's a 30-foot vertical, and it's going to give me some pain. It's going to keep me up at night, because I'm going to be wondering what it's going to be doing when it's blowing a gale out there. But we have to do these things to each other, don't we, over?
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I had a loop in the UK for 140 foot long. Good wire as well. I've still got the wire, but there was a lot of joins in it, because I'm an wire antenna man, and I make something up. I don't buy new rolls of wire, and then I started to join all the bits together, because it was good wire, you know. But then I started to buy the bell wire. It's so thin, it's unbelievable. 42 strands, was it? 42 strands it was. Got it from down south for about 13 quid, 100 meters. Zip wire, you know, and perfect. But it's maintenance free, aren't they? I had a quarter wave on my 40 meter, quarter wave of 75 ohm satellite cable, and when it got to the radio, it was 1-to-1. It was I think it was about 23 feet, something like that. I forget. Got it somewhere, and that's all you need, and no ATU. But it worked. It's a maintenance-free antenna. You just put it up, and it was only up about 15 feet, just under the gutter. I mean, they didn't work DX on it, you know. It's just for into G, really. Mine didn't work. I didn't look for DX anyway, you know. I just had a Natter on 40 meters, and I never even tried it on 20. To tell you the truth, I didn't. But you've told me all this before, haven't you? And I remember now. I remember that you mentioned about the DX Commander, that if it doesn't come up to scratch, and you know, you'll easily sell it. Yeah, of course you will. You might lose a few quid, but you've tried it and you've proved to yourself that your antenna's much better, and that's it. Well, you stay safe. As soon as you get it, of course, you're going to give me a call, and we're going to try both of them together. And I'll give you an exact report. Yeah, and I'm going to stay safe as well. You take care for now. 2-0 KWL, Ray. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Yeah, you're still strong transmission. You're nearly perfect signal coming in here to see. Mike 3, Victor Papa Alpha. Maintain that, Jim, and you pump some iron. And you keep out the sun and get that antenna up. I hope you don't have too much access or excessive signal. I hope you get it all up first time and you don't ever have to touch it again. Wouldn't that be lovely? So look, you take care, and I'll talk to you again the next time you're on. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey from 2 Echo 0. Good night, Vic.
Yeah, Roger Ray. I was up at 6:30 yesterday morning to miss the sun. That's why I got so much done yesterday, but I had to get up at 6:30 so that the sun wasn't going to be a problem. 7-3, bye-bye. Who's the Mike 3 Victor Papa Alpha? Mike 3 Victor Papa Alpha?
Charlie David 4.
Mike 3 Victor Papa Alpha. Oh, he can't. He's impatient. That's crossed him off. Don't call me again, mate. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Sierra Alpha 2 Bravo Delta Ocean.
Bravo Delta Ocean. Sierra Alpha 2 Bravo Delta Ocean. Bravo Delta Ocean. Good evening, old man. Thanks for giving me a call. Report on the next over. I'm sure you're going to be something like 5 and 9. My name is Vic. Victor India Charlie. I'm located southeast Bulgaria in the Yambu province. Sierra Alpha 2 Bravo Delta Oscar. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. This is Sierra Alpha 2 Bravo Delta Oscar. Thank you very much for returning my call. My name is Patrick, like Papa Alpha Tango Romeo India Charlie Kilo. And my location is in the northern part of the Swedish east coast, up in nearby a city called Umeå. Umeå, it's about 1,000 kilometers north from the capital city, Stockholm. Your signal report is 5.9 plus 20 dB. Very nice report. And you are very clear, very clear. Thank you for that, Victor. Lima 7 Charlie Whiskey, Sierra Alpha 2 Bravo Delta Ocean.
Sierra Alpha 2 Bravo Delta Ocean. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Yep, you're also 5 and 9 plus, Patrick. Nice to hear for the first time. I'm running, and the radio sounds good. You'll have to tell me what it is on the next over, please. My radio here is ICOM 7800 and 1 kilowatt from an ACOM amp. My antenna at the moment is just 3 elements on 20 at 12, just over 12 meters. WX was 30 centigrade today. Sierra Alpha 2 Bravo Delta Ocean. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Yeah, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey, Sierra Alpha 2 Bravo Delta Ocean. And thank you for that. I'm running on ICOM 2. That's the little brother of T4. 7600, and I have an Italian beam about 12 meters up above the ground, multi-band beam, so it's 6 elements, and then it takes 40 to 10 meters, and the direction for you is 160 degrees right now. And I'm only running 100 watts output. Lima Charlie 7 Charlie Whiskey, Sierra Alpha 2 Bravo Delta Ocean.
Yeah, Roger Patrick. 5 and 6 now with QSB as you passed it back. Sierra Alpha 2 Bravo Delta Ocean. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Yeah, 6 elements, 40 to 10. Oh, wow, that's 6 elements. So is it something like an opti beam? I wonder, Patrick. Over.
no, it's not like an opti-beam. It's I think it goes to 77, if I remember right. And I haven't found it so many of them, and I tried to Google about it. I got it from a radio club up in the north of Sweden, which had the snow and ice had taken it, and I renovated it and changed the boom and some elements, the pipes, and it is coils on 3 of the elements, which I have made new ones of them. And it's okay. It's a compromise, but it's working okay. Over.
Yeah, I'm looking at the S-meter. Yeah, 5 and 9 plus 5 with a bit of QSB, not down to 5 and 5 now. Yeah, that's it. It works, doesn't it? Even the small mini beams, they seem to work. They seem to be very expensive though for a mini beam, a Cushcraft MA5B. If you buy them brand new, best to look for a good second-hand one, reasonable price. Well, thanks for giving me a call. Nice to hear you this evening. You stay safe and all the best. Have a good evening. Patrick, Sierra Alpha 2 Bravo Delta Ocean Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Yeah, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey, Sierra Alpha 2 Bravo Delta Ocean. Thank you very much, sir. You are nice and steady at 9 plus 10, 9 plus 10, 20 dB all the time. So it's very, very nice and clear. No QSB at all. Thank you very much. I hope we meet again. Stay safe and have a nice evening on the band. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey, Sierra Alpha 2 Bravo Delta Ocean 73. Bye-bye.
Yeah, good night, Patrick. Thank you.
Papa India 75
Yeah, Papa India 75. Papa India 75, please go again.
Papa India 75 Kilo Mike Lima, Roger.
Yeah, Papa India 75 Kilo Mike Lima. I think we worked before. I think you're about 5 and 4 at the moment. You're not that strong, but you might come up. Good evening. Thanks for giving me a call. My name is Victor India Charlie. I'm located at southeast Bulgaria in the Yambil province. Papa India 75 Kilo Mike Lima. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Thank you very much, Vic. Name of this site is Ruud Romeo Uniform Delta, located close to Amsterdam. A special call from the house, working with a magnetic loop antenna. You're sending in, by the way, and 75 years of radio amateurism in the Netherlands. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey, Papa India 75 Kilo Mike Lima.
Yeah, Roger Ruud, I think we've worked before, or I worked that call sign before. 75 years of amateur radio in the Netherlands. Peaking 5 and 7 now, down to 5 and 6. Papa India 75 Kilo Mike Lima. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Nice to hear you again with your mag loop. I seem to remember, was it last week? I think I worked 2 mag loops. Maybe you was one of them. I'm running here an ICOM 7800 Ruud and 1 kilowatt from an ACOM amp. My antenna 3 elements on 20 at the moment, and it's up at just over 12 meters. Papa India 75 Kilo Mike Lima. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Oh, thank you very much, Vic. Yes, we worked before. It's a mistake on my side. But anyway, it's a pleasure to hear you again, Mike. I won't disturb you anymore. Thank you for letting me in, and all the best from the Netherlands. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey, Papa India 75 Kilo Mike Lima. Bye-bye.
Yeah, 5 and 8 now, just over the 8 Ruud. 7-3, stay safe. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for your call. Bye-bye.
Sierra Juliet Papa.
Something Papa?
Papa Delta 1, Sierra Juliet Papa.
Yeah, Papa Delta 1 Lima Papa, is that correct, over?
No. Sierra Juliet Papa. Sugar Japan Papa.
Yeah, Papa Delta 1 Sierra Juliet Papa, is that correct, over?
Yes, that's right. That's correct.
Yeah, thank you. You're 5 and 8, just over the 8 at the moment. Good evening. Thanks for giving me a call. My name is Vic. Victor India Charlie. I'm located southeast Bulgaria in the Yambol province. Papa Delta 1 Sierra Juliet Papa. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Okay, I locate in the Netherlands, North Holland, by Bloemendaal on Sea.
Yeah, Roger, old man. Could you give me a report and your name, over?
59 plus, with a little bit QSB.
Yeah, you're just over the 9 now. On that short over. Could you give me your name, over?
My name is Stephen. Sierra Tango Echo Papa Hotel Alpha November.
Yeah, Roger, Stephen. 5 and 9 on the dot now. Sounds very nice, the radio. You'll have to tell me what it is, please. I'm running here an ICOM 7800 and 1 kilowatt from an ACOM amp. My antenna is 3 elements at the moment on 20 and at just over 12 meters. Stephen. Papa Delta 1 Sierra Juliet Papa. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Okay, thank you. I'm working with an ECOM 7300, 7300, and I'm working with 25 watts, and I calling with a homebrew boomerang antenna.
Oh, Roger, boomerang antenna. Yeah, only 25 watts. You over the 9, well over the 9. What is the boomerang antenna? Is it like a dipole or vertical, over?
It is an dipole with two dipole, is it?
Oh, Roger. It's doing an excellent job, and the radio sounds fabulous. Your little brother ICOM 7300 sounds very nice. I think you're only running 25 watts. Well, thank you for giving me a call this evening, Stephen. You stay safe and have a good evening. Many thanks. Papa Delta 1 Sierra Juliet Papa. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Okay,
Lima Alpha 1 Echo Oscar Alpha.
Papa Delta 1 Sierra Juliet Papa, Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Lima Alpha 1 Echo Oscar Alpha.
Thank you, and 73, and have a nice day in Bulgaria.
Yeah, thank you, Stephen. Good night, thank you. Lima Alpha 1 Echo Oscar Alpha, I think, is that the call, over?
Yeah, that's correct, 100%. 100%, yeah, it's the call there. The name is Ruar, like Romeo, Oscar Alpha Romeo. Very good copy from your station. Sounding very well indeed. No problem at all. Back to you, over.
Yeah, Roger Raw. You're 5 and 9, peaking the 20 now. From 10:15 up to the 20. When you carried on talking, it just seemed to rise and rise up to the 20. Good evening. Thanks for giving me a call. My name is Victor India Charlie. I'm located at southeast Bulgaria in the Yambol province. Lima Alpha 1 Echo Oscar Alpha. Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Yeah, QSL there. QSL, Vic. Yeah, you have a good signal there. Absolutely. 100% there. 5 and 9 plus 20 dB, 25 dB going on here. It's a really good conditions here at the moment in your direction. The working conditions on this side is a 3-element beam, 3-element Yagi.
to your direction, and radio equipment is Kenwood Tango Sugar 590, and I'm pushing a little bit power here at the moment, about 1 kW from an Acom 1000 linear amplifier. That is my working conditions here, week. Mike from Ritu, over.
Yeah, Roger Raw. Same amplifier as me then, the Acom 1000. Beautiful amplifier, easy to adjust. I purchased mine from the factory last year in Sofia. I'm very pleased with it. Raw, doing a fantastic job, 5 and 9 plus 20, but 1 kW. Keeping the shack warm. You stay safe. Thanks for giving me a call this evening. All the best for now. Lima Alpha 1, Echo Oscar Alpha, Lima Zulu 7, Charlie Whiskey.
Roger there, Vic. No problem there. I do appreciate it there. On the amplifier, what I got here is from 2007. 2007, I got it for 13 years. Thank you very much. 73, catch you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, good night, Raw. Thank you.
Lima Germany 0, Fox, King Fox.
Yeah, Golf 0 Fox. Is it Fox Queen Fox, over?
No, negative. Fox, King Fox, Vic. John, located 40 miles east of Land's End. A little place called St. Day. Good signal from you this evening, 59 plus, here in Cornwall. Lima Zulu 7, Charlie Whiskey, Golf 0, Fox, King Fox.
Yeah, Roger John, 5 and 9 plus 10. What's wrong with the Queen? You want to be the king? Golf 0 Fox, King Fox then. Thanks for my report. Sunday, I think you said something Sunday. I'm not certain where that is. You'll have to educate me on the next over, John. But nice to hear you. And yeah, my name is Vic. Victor India Charlie. I'm located southeast of Bulgaria in the Yambul province. G0FKF LZ7CW.
Yeah, apologies. I think X-Whale stepped her nose in. So apologies for the delay. The Fox King Fox was allocated, mate. I couldn't do anything about it. Half out of the Queen anyway. And we're 40 miles east of Land's End, just outside of the town of Red Roof, and about 8 miles north of the Falmouth, on the south coast, a large port on the south coast of Cornwall. And looking at QRZ page, you've got a very uninterrupted view, outlook from your location. And you're 59 plus 10 here this evening. Running FTDX 3000 ND100 microphone with an Acom 1010 amplifier, about 200 watts, into a hex beam up at around about 10 meters at this current moment. LZ7 CW Golf 0 Fox King Fox. I'm sorry for the delay.
Yeah, no problem, John. Q0FKF. Nothing wrong with the call sign. It's just that I thought it was a queen, and then you said it was a king. Marco Lima Zulu 7 Charlie Whiskey. Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, I've got an uninterrupted view. The best view in my area, trust me, I know it is. Them down there don't appreciate what I've got up here. And they all knew it was here. They had the chance, I'm sure they did, but they didn't want it. And I grabbed it, an Englishman. When I saw that it was going to be a good radio site, well, I think it is. And if I sit on my balcony, I've got the best view in town. Yeah, overlooking town, you might just be able to see maybe just over 1,000 meters away is, well, it's the interstate road, main highway down there, and then over there is the town where I live, but I'm out of town. I have to go to town. I have to take my chance in town, and it will be tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to it, John. Hey, I don't. I used to love going to town, but I don't anymore, because people don't. They're not careful. They lean and breathe all over you, you know, and touch you and tap you, and oh dear. And it's annoying. I'm the only person walking the streets with a face mask on. Did I tell you about my radio? I think I did. I've lost the plot. Apologies if I haven't told you about my radio. It's an ICOM 7800. G0FKF LZ7CW.
LZ7CW G0FKF. Yeah, well, it must be awkward and difficult in certain parts of the world. David, the stepson, said he'd never go back into Asda here in the local town. He said Hale, which is down near Penzance, which is a major tourist area. He said they're just not paying any attention to social distancing or walking, you know, wearing masks or anything in the supermarket. And it's a requirement of law now. They're just disregarding it. I'm 71, I've been shielded, and as much as I look after myself, I ended up with pneumonia the other week. Still struggling with it, but clear of COVID, of course. I've been checked, I've no problem with COVID, but pneumonia's left me pretty weak. And so I'm just spending my time, biding my time, keeping out of the way. And I mean, since the lockdown in March, I haven't actually been into a supermarket. We have other family members that have been, and the XYL has been, but me, I've stayed away. It looks like it could be pretty warm with you out there. It's about 18-20 degrees here this evening. It's 22 in the shack. It looks like you might be pretty warm at this time of the year. LZ7CW Golf 0 Fox King Fox.
Golf 0 Fox King Fox. LZ7CW. Yeah, last week was pretty warm. I think it reached 39 last week, just the one day. It did say 39 on my weather station. And I was sitting having a drink inside the side of my console, the weather station console, which is always lit. It's not on now because this amplifier seems to make it blink. So I switched it off, but it came up, it clicked on, dead on 3 o'clock in the afternoon, John. Dead on 3, I can't believe it. It clicked on 39. And then 1 minute after 3 o'clock, it started to go down, fraction of a, you know, centigrade, 1 digit, and then down to 38.8 and 7. But the day before, it was 37, and it was the same time. As soon as it got to, I watched, you know, it's got, of course it's all in internet time, you know, everything's timed by the internet. And as soon as it clicked on 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it said 37. It clicked on to 37. It's something about 3 o'clock, the temperature peaks, you know. And then it started to go down. Not rapidly, you know, but it wouldn't go any more, not even 0.1. Yeah, social distance, tell me about it. Oh dear. I only go down into town twice a week. I have to, or else I'll die, because I'm not eating. And, oh dear, I've made up a spray. I've looked at the internet, and I'm able to buy some spirit. I forget what it's the name of it, but it is made in Bulgaria. and you have to mix it 1-to-1 with water. You have to mix it, even though it's 95% alcohol. Before mixing, it doesn't do anything at 95%. It will not kill any viruses at 95%. It has to be mixed 1-to-1, and then it becomes 70%, and that will kill viruses and other things, you know. That's how it should be, you know. 70%. But I've got a little spray in my pocket now. I mixed it up, and I keep the spray, and it's in my pocket all the time. I only started to use it about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But this guy was leaning on my trolley handle. You know, I use a trolley in the supermarket to keep them at bay. Anybody, you know, that's my 2 meters, or just over a meter, to keep people away. Put it behind you when you're looking at the milk and stuff, loading it up, and then shove it behind you when you get to the checkout, so that they can't start breathing down your neck. You know, everybody, they just they think it's all over, you know, because they says it's not mandatory now to wear a face mask in the streets. It's all back to normal. It didn't really change anyway, John. People just laughed at you if you told them off. 2 meters, debate, you know, and you started shouting at them when they was wearing a face mask. But they just laugh at you like it's a big joke, you know, and it's annoying. It's a good job I can't speak fluent Bulgarian. Then I might be locked up for causing trouble, saying too much. But tomorrow is one of those days. I've got to go and fight the battle in town, in there as quickly as possible. Plenty of spray, and then out there. Put my stuff in the fridge, and it'll last me another 3 days, 4 days. It will, and it's cooked meat. It lasts us, honestly, it does. 3 days in the fridge. That keeps me out of town. Oh, it's never going to end, is it, John? It's going to be on for, who knows, 20FKF LZ7CW.
LZ7CW GFKF. I think that's the truth, though, isn't it? It's going to be with us for quite some time. And you've got to look after yourself, because they're not going to look after you. We've seen loads of instances here in the UK of lack of social distancing, and then now up in Manchester they're having major problems and breakouts and things like that, and in Scotland area. And they just don't realise. Some of them are so complacent. I think it's just conspiracy, but fortunately, I don't know of. I only know of one person down this end of the world that actually has had it, if you like, in my group of friends, and that. So that, I suppose that is something. We've been very fortunate down here. But currently, with the influx of tourism, our factor has gone up, and it's just crept over 1. So got to be very, very careful, and we're all very careful about washing our hands and wearing face masks and everything like that. How long have you been out there, Vic? Have you been out there in Bulgaria very long? G0FKF?
LZ7CW. Well, I've been in permanently since 2017. In fact, in another 14 days, another 2 weeks. Then another 2 weeks, John. I've been here in this house for 3 years. Yeah, I used to come over in 2012. I started coming over 2012, driving the van, sleeping in the van. I only purchased this big transit van, 2001, to be able to sleep in. And I was going to another location about 30 kilometres away, more to the Turkish border, 2 kilometres from the Turkish border, which was a bit too close, because it's really full of border police. They riding up and down in Land Rovers, watching for people that's coming over, time to come over. And if you drive in a van, trust me, you get stopped quite a lot when they want to look in the back. Yeah, so I just saw this place just by chance looking at an estate agency that in town. I've always wanted to be in this town because supermarket is the key. But to travel 30 kilometres every Saturday when I was in another location, 30 kilometres, twisty winding road, Saturday morning to buy a week's supply, and then 30 kilometres back. Put everything in the fridge and freezer. But now I'm in this town. This is the town with the supermarket. I'm not happy about some of what you mentioned in the supermarket. I don't care who's listening. The girls don't wear face masks. They only wear a face mask behind the deli counter when they feel like it. Even at the beginning when they had to wear them. I've told them off. I said, not in Bulgarian, I just pointed to my face mask, and where's yours? And then you see them getting pretty annoyed, but they go up to the back and then get the face mask, I mean, they said, oh, the deli's all covered, it's got, sliding glass. I thought, yeah, but you've got to open it and touch all that meat, and you haven't got a flipping face mask. It's hard work. You just, I don't know. But the customers all wear a face mask inside the supermarket. No one wears one on the street now. The bars is open, everywhere's open. It's normal. I'm the only person walking down the street with a face mask on. Trust me, I'm not taking any chances with nothing. Yeah, and you're right. They won't help. You've got to take care of yourself. You're a long time dead, aren't you? And they'll just, Englishman, that's all you get from them. So they're not having me. I'm not being the first. I might be sometime along the way. You never know. But I'm not being the first one in this town. We're fortunate at the moment. The complete province, there's only got about one person that's confirmed. It's been like it for a long time now. 1 to 10. It's unbelievable. I think it was a nurse as well. Yeah, I'm sure. But it is starting up again. Certain places, it really is. It's all over the world, isn't it? I'm sure it didn't come from a little village somewhere in China. I've got my own theory, John. I'm sure you have as well. But we don't want to. We just got to take care of ourselves. 20FKF Z7CW.
Z7CW G0FKF. Yeah, it's such a blooming shame. It's something that nobody, none of us have experienced in our lifetime, is it? Something, nothing is comparable. The only thing I can see is very rural, so that's in your favour. And we're a bit like that. We're quite rural down here in the southwest. And with the restrictions of movement at the beginning, it tended to be fairly safe. Where people driving down, when they weren't supposed to be on the road, drove down from Surrey, all the way down to Falmouth, and was found sleeping in the car when they weren't. There was restrictions and they couldn't travel any distance at all. They're supposed to be locked up at home. Needless to say, they got heavily fined. We had 2 or 3 cases of that. But as soon as they opened it up, didn't make any difference whatsoever. And they just streamed down. And, well, we ain't going to change it. We aren't going to change it. All right, mate. Well, I'm going to disappear. The XYL came to come in and told me that what they were trying to do, they were unable to do. And I can go back indoors now. They were going to watch a film in the front room. I wasn't particularly interested, so I left them alone. And I thought I'd come and play radio. But I'll go in and have a cup of tea and have a rest, I think, tonight. Rule myself out again. Alright, Vic, it's been a pleasure to speak.